7 of my favorite podcasts. These podcasts all focus on creating the life you want through lifestyle changes, habits, and living with more intention. I really got into podcasts when I was driving for 2 hours a day for work, and I would listen to one on the way and one on the way home. Now I mostly listen to podcasts while I'm getting ready for work, and also sometimes when I'm making dinner. So these podcasts are in no particular order. I couldn't decide which were my favorites. I couldn't decide how to rank them, so they're just all awesome. My first favorite is the Rich Roll podcast. Now, I'm sorry if you're sick of hearing me talking about Rich Roll because I've mentioned him in other videos, but if I had to choose, I guess his would probably be my favorite. He's an ultra-endurance athlete living in California with his family, and the description that he likes to give for the podcast is that he sits down with the most forward-thinking, paradigm-shifting, best and brightest minds in the fields of health, nutrition, diet, lifestyle, spirituality, wellness, the arts, and entertainment. And it's sort of a masterclass that helps inspire people to unlock and unleash their most authentic, best versions of themselves. My second favorite podcast is The Lively Show, and this is hosted by Jess Lively. Jess Lively focuses the work that she does on helping people live from their values-based intentions. And her tagline is adding a little extra intention to your everyday. So she speaks with guests who demonstrate living with intention. And they talk about things from money to wellness to business to design and more. My third favorite podcast is The Model Health Show. This is hosted by Sean Stevenson and his co-host Jade. It's a show that gives the listener information on health, nutrition, diet, lifestyle, and wellness. And they always make me laugh because they're kind of goofy. They've got some great guests and really make learning about nutrition interesting. The other cool thing about Sean Stevenson's podcast, The Model Health Show, is that you can watch all the episodes in video form on his website. My fourth favorite podcast is the Smart Passive Income podcast, and that is hosted by Pat Flynn. Passive income means the hours of work that you do on a certain thing don't directly correlate with the amount of money that that thing brings in. So for me, I don't make any passive income because I have an hourly paying job. So if I work 7 hours, you multiply the hourly rate by 7, and that's what I get paid. An ebook would be a good example of how to make some passive income. If you create an ebook on a certain topic, you work really hard for however long it takes you to put together this ebook, and then you put it out for sale on the internet, and you could be generating income while you're sleeping. People are buying your book at all times of day, and you could continue to make money off of this one project for who knows how long, months or years to come. So Pat Flynn was an architect who was laid off and needed to make ends meet. So he created an ebook. It was a study guide for a specific architecture exam, and he sold it online, and things just kind of snowballed from there. So now he runs smartpassiveincome.com and gives so much information to his community, his readers. You know, he's got guests on the show who are more experienced and experts in this kind of business, and he's always honest about how much income he's generating. So if you go on his website, he's got like a monthly income report. So through all this information, it helps listeners to kind of put some of these things into practice, and he's got a lot of success stories. So people who have listened to his show have kind of created similar lifestyles. My fifth favorite is the Tim Ferriss Show. So this is hosted by Tim Ferriss, and he is the author of The 4-Hour Workweek. He talks a lot about habits, productivity, business, and health, and his guests are all experts and all-stars in these fields. They really get into the details of what it takes to get done what you want to get done in life. My sixth favorite podcast is the One You Feed podcast, and this is hosted by Eric Zimmer and Chris Forbes. It focuses its topics and its guests around a parable. So this parable is about a grandson and a grandfather. The grandfather says to the grandson, in life there are always two wolves at war inside of each of us. One wolf represents evil, so things like jealousy and greed and anger, and the other wolf represents good, so things like love and hope and empathy. The grandson stops and thinks about it, and he asks his grandfather, which wolf wins? And the grandfather replies, the one you feed. So this podcast is all about how to feed your good wolf and do so with lifestyle choices and habits. My seventh favorite podcast is Happier with Gretchen Rubin. Gretchen Rubin is an author living in New York City, and her co-host, her sister, Elizabeth Kraft, is a TV writer in Los Angeles. Now they talk about how to live a happier life through lifestyle changes and habits. And these episodes are very structured. They are about 30 minutes long and really give you something to leave with each time. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, and I would love to hear from you about what your favorite podcasts are, and if you have any to recommend to me in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.